Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And what we've been doing is going through our mega deck. This is every single card that hasn't been pulled ever in any reading on this channel from any of the decks that we've been looking at over the past year. So we're going to be looking at every single one of those cards that were never pulled before in no particular order. And today's card is from the Oracle of Light and Dreams by Scot Howden. Beautiful art and messages from these cards. Today is card number 9. Little Wings. And before we look in the book and find out what the reading says for us for today from the book, we always want to get as much information, as many messages, as much wisdom and guidance and clarification, confirmation, affirmation from the cards individually, from the images that are captured, but the intention, mostly the intention of the energy that is being broadcast to us from this card, from the image on this card. And it's a beautiful, sweet little message today. I feel I haven't looked in the book to find out what the reading says. You and I will find that out together in just a few minutes. But just looking at our card here, we have this beautiful woodland spirit, obviously sylvan in nature. And she is communicating with a hummingbird. I see the hummingbird has feathers on the top of its head that are very similar to the horns that are on the top of this little sylvan's head. I also notice just the beautiful green colors of this card, lots of heart chakra energy, lots of, I feel, vulnerability and receptiveness, being open, being willing to be vulnerable, and being willing to allow others to be vulnerable in our presence, to allow them to be their true selves. We want the hummingbird to be a hummingbird. We don't want it to be a kingfisher or an owl or, I don't know, a king snake. We want it to be its own true self. When we allow it to do that, we see all of the beauty and all the wonder and all the magic that is within this being, within this entity, within this energy. And that's what I'm getting from the energy of this card. We have the number 9, which is the most perfect of the perfected Tesla numbers, 3 times 3 equaling 9. We know 3 is the most balanced, strong number in terms of geometry, and the Merkaba with the 2 sets of 3 triangles put together. I'm getting all of that energy from this card. So very strong spirit energy. This is an energy not of doing, but of listening. Not of getting out there and acting a certain way, but of simply being. We are human beings, not human doings, not human actings. We are human beings. And our purpose, our mission in this life is to be our true authentic selves, just as these beings are being their true authentic selves here. In this card, they are showing us how it is done, how you can be vulnerable, but still have boundaries, mutual respect and admiration. This little bird is enamored of the sylvan's spirit, of this love pouring out, and there's a beautiful communication of love between these two entities that could share nothing in common at all. The other thing I notice is that this little sylvan has a couple of feathers in her head, and these are obviously not feathers from this hummingbird, but I get the sense that they are gifts from another bird that has similar coloring that wanted to give its being to be shared with this little sylvan, and she wears these proudly. They are, as we know, feathers in headdresses, feathers worn in the hair, act as antennas for cosmic energy and messages, guidance, and clarification specifically. So if you've been kind of muddled about what's going on in a situation or how to best proceed, we've been getting a lot of those messages recently as well in the readings. The information is within you. All you have to do is allow yourself to be vulnerable in yourself, in your honesty, in your integrity, to be honest with yourself, to be respectful of yourself. Because when you are doing that, then you are showing others that you can show the same respect and honor, and that they can show the same respect and honor to you and to themselves. So this all is very reciprocal, a beautiful sharing, a beautiful acknowledgement of each other's frailties and respecting those as proper and beautiful in themselves, not looking at them in terms of a bad thing, a weakness, a negative thing. There is no such thing. That's only us putting our human, physical judgment filters on any particular thing. If you see something and you're not happy with the way that it's going, this card is letting you know that there may be wisdom, information, knowledge that's available to you from a source that you weren't expecting, that maybe you hadn't considered previously, like the hummingbird. And you would be wanting to be open to that kind of information, that there may be an avenue, a perspective that you haven't been able to consider, you haven't been able to see physically yet. But this little messenger can show you, can be a guide to show you where and how to find that point of view that you were missing, to see those options that you were blind to just a second ago. So let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for us for today for card number 9, Little Wings, from Scot Howden's Oracle of Light and Dreams. Be inspired by a love of nature. Our keywords are receptivity, observation, nature, and inspiration. With the delicate whir of its tiny wings, the hummingbird hovers in the dappled light of a summer forest. The elf girl is transfixed by the radiant hues of its heavenly plumage. It is a magical moment and a reminder of the joy and love that the simple pleasures of nature can inspire. We can experience the restorative and inspiring effects of nature by opening our senses to the wondrous sights, smells, and sounds of the natural world. Sitting outside in what we think is silence. I love the way that he says that. Sitting outside in what we think is silence allows a warm breeze or a faint bird song to float directly into our soul. Those who contemplate the beauty of the earth find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. That's a quote from Rachel Carlson from her book Silent Spring. I love that idea, sitting outside in what we think is silence, sitting anywhere in what we think is silence, and opening our heart, opening our third eye, opening our solar plexus chakras, those 3, and listening to the quiet. As soon as we give ourselves an opportunity to do that, to allow ourselves to stop thinking, to stop trying to find an answer, to stop trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how to address whatever it is, this card is inviting us to take a moment of quiet for ourselves. Allow your intuition to expand and capture the information, wisdom, knowledge that's pouring down from the cosmic realms, pouring through you, coming up from the earth and flowing through you, being generated from your heart, from within, from your higher self, and that connection and pouring out of you. So there's these three energies that just keep cycling around and through you. And you have them available to you all the time, 24/7, if you allow yourself the moment to be quiet. So that's our reading for the day. I do hope that it blessed and resonated with you. Feel free to leave any comments if you feel like doing that, to share initial impressions that you got about the card, if there was anything in particular that came through to you specifically that would be helpful for the collective as well. As I said, this is your channel. The only reason why I'm here is because you're here. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of life. Have the most amazing, beautiful, fantastic day. You are being invited to see the beauty that's all around you, to recognize and experience and contribute to it with your own unique beauty. I love you. Namaste and ciao for now.